Okay, one more time. Last time I tried this just a few minutes ago, I went through the entire thing and ended up with just nothing but white noise for the audio. Anyway, today we're going to. This is all about. This movie is going to be about bullet points. Quick kind of overview of bullet points. And remember, I said that bulleted points are the base, really, of a presentation. They are those talking points, those things that we are emphasizing for our speaker. And I have a basic presentation up here. I have my title slide, my title layout, and I also have my title and content slide. I'll go ahead and add my title, and I think I'll call this one Bullet Lists. And you'll notice down here in the content that just by clicking to add text, this thing is set up to make a bulleted list. And so that speaks volumes as to what this wants to be and how PowerPoint wants to handle text in the first place. Not as paragraphs, like I said in an earlier movie, but more as a talking points, as a bulleted list. And I'm going to, let's see, put in here level 1 stuff. And next I'll say level 2 stuff. And level 3. This will all make sense in a minute. Level 1 other stuff. Level 2 other stuff. Let's fix level here so that makes some level 3 other stuff, and I'm going to go level 1 more stuff. Watch what happens. You see how the software adjusts. Right, I'm talk and type at the same time. How the software just adjusted the height of the typeface to accommodate the fact that we're putting more and more text on here. Let's see, this is level 2 more stuff. And watch it again. It's going to do it one more time. See that? Level 3 more stuff. So I've got sort of 3 levels. Three topics I'm talking about here. I've got more stuff, other stuff, and stuff. And we're going to do some promoting and demoting. And what demoting does is it indents a line, one indent to the right. In other words, we're increasing the paragraph indent, and when we do that, it demotes it. So when we click on these buttons, you're going to see increase list level, decrease list level, but it's almost with the reverse of that. When we want to de-emphasize, in other words, this will be the most important text in these 3 lines of text. Because I'm going to demote this line of text. I'm going to make it less important than the line of text above it. And I'm going to do that by coming to the Home tab, Paragraph Group. I'm up here with my bulleted numbered list buttons, and I'm going to click, on this increase list level. It just means I'm increasing the dent or the indent, moving it towards the right. Hang on just a minute. Excuse me, I bet that sounds good at home. I'm going to do the same thing now for the level 3. I'm going to increase it a couple of times. In other words, I'm going to demote it. It's even now less important than this. The software's handled that by changing the bullets themselves, and also by changing the size of the font. You'll notice that this level 3 is at 22 point, where if I click on the level 2, it's at 26. The level 1 is at 30, so it's decreased the size. Now I can choose to do this by using the control key. I can select my level 2 on the other 2 lists as well and just shrink them down so I don't have to do them one at a time. I'll do the same thing with level 3, formatting more than one paragraph at one time is what it boils to, as I shrink, boils down to as I shrink those down. Make sense? Okay. Now let's say that I wanted to change a bullet. I don't like the bullet that I have. I want to change that bullet to something else. I can do that. I'm going to choose the bullet. I'm going to come up to my bullets button. I'm going to click on this down arrow to just to the right of that little bullets button. And I'll come down to bullets and numbering. I'm going to come to customize. And what I get is the symbols dialog box. And so in here I have all these different symbols to work with. If you're familiar with this from like using Word, that's all it is, and we can use any symbol. I think I'll just swing down here and come down and play around for a minute and find wingdings. The easier way to do that is to start to type wingdings, and it'll bring the list down to the W's, and I can choose wingdings. And so maybe I want a checkbox. I mean like an X box. And so I'm going to just click OK. I have my X box. I think what I'm going to do also while I'm here is change the color from black to something else. So I'm going to come in, choose colors, and I'll find some different color. You'll notice that I have a percent the size of text. If I want them to be bigger than 100% of the size of the text, so I can make that happen, kind of really emphasize them. I'll click OK. And here's my levels. You notice they're getting smaller too. If I wanted them not to all be X's, but something else, I'll just click in that paragraph. I'll go get my bulleted list. I'll go to customize again, and maybe this time I'd like the checkbox. And so I'll use the checkbox this time. And I'll click OK. So my level 2 is now checkboxes. And you can see that I could customize those all the way down to whatever sort of list I want to look at like. Does that make sense? That formatting will carry forward. So anyway, that's what there is about that's what there is to making bulleted lists. This would be unusual to have these many bullets on one slide. Normally we'd probably move this third set of bullets to another slide. I'm just going to delete them so that our software can sort of resize our stuff again. Anyway, that's it for bullets. Thanks for listening.